All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the holiday Christmas break edition of the Southern Fried DNN User Group. We're meeting here this evening to do a little bit of end of the year holiday celebration and mirth as we think back, talk a little bit about DNN activities and achievements over the course of the year, talk about some of the things that we're excited about going forward, and share some time with everybody that we have online with us. And for those of you watching a playback later on, hoping you enjoy spending the time with us in replay. One of the things that we will do tonight is something that we've done a little bit of a tradition with the past few holidays, and that is DNN Jeopardy. We'll be playing DNN Jeopardy in a little bit, and you can certainly watch that at home, or we will provide the link for it so that you can always play it with your family and friends, because we know how enjoyable it is to go home for the holidays and play DNN Jeopardy with people who have no idea about programming languages development or CMS systems. But with that, we'll go ahead and jump into a few things. To begin with, we normally start off meetings by going into the DNN community buzz and news for things that are out there. Myself, I check out once a week, every other week, the DNN blogs that are on the DNN community website. And it's always a good place to go and see what people are posting and some of the newer information that's out there. Ourselves, we post a recap of all of our meetings on there as well. So if you haven't caught up with all of them, you can do that on our SoFri website, but you can also do so on the DNN community website. There's a good bit of information that we have been posting and promoting for the upcoming DNN Summit. DNN Summit 2022 is still going forward, even with the changing conditions of COVID and quarantine situations, travel situations. The DNN Summit event has been planned for the best of both worlds, i.e. it is a hybrid conference in 2022. We talk about it every meeting, but if this is your first time hearing about it, it will be held both in person in Las Vegas. So if you're interested in going to see whomever does come and make it to the event, then there will be some social events afterwards and in the evenings to connect and see people like we normally do in these community events. But more importantly, the sessions, the instruction, all of the content for DNN Summit will be online through the Hopin platform, just as it was last year. That means that even the people who are attending in person, they're going to be meeting each other and connecting with each other during certain times of the day. But then when it's session time, they'll be heading upstairs to their hotel rooms, sitting in front of their hotel connection and getting connected to the online conference. So if there is any confusion about that, definitely be aware this is an online conference through Hopin. You'll be seeing and participating with all the sessions in that platform. But then if you're interested in doing some additional social related things, those will be going on in Las Vegas as well. David, what do you think? Did I cover the bases there for a good introduction for DNN Summit? No audio, no volume. You could throw in that early bird has just finished, or do we have another day or two?
No, it's done. It's over.
Yep. It is done. So the early bird registration has passed. For anyone who did catch it, there was a discount on your standard tickets. Tickets are now $199 for all users that are coming into that. There's normally a rush of people who are registering sometime in January, but it does help for overall planning. If you're considering registering, go ahead and do it in December. Do it this year. That way it goes on this year's taxes if you're doing it as a business expense. Helps us out as well just to know who's coming and how many people we're planning for. All right, that's a good segue then to other things in community. David, anything that you want to point out, or Daniel, anything else with new releases and new versions of things that may not be up top on the community site that we should call attention to?
Well, it is that time of the year where our friends over at Too Sick, they do their daily drop the mic kind of releases or something that they're putting out. I think it's the 12 days leading up to Christmas or something like that they do. I think I've seen 4 different things drop. I don't know if I can remember everything, but there's like the editor what is the what is the VS Code editor? Come on, somebody help me. Monaco.
Monaco.
Is now built in as the editor for Too Sexy and Too Sexy Content. There's some other really cool stuff that's happening, and Jeremy probably can remember a whole heck of a lot more than I can remember. So I'm going to shut up now. But that's the most activity I've seen recently.
The most recent article that they posted on the community site talks about a lot of their plugins and they call them apps that they created that they've updated for a lot of best practices and newer versions. So you'll find in that article 20 different ones that have been updated just recently. So if they're continuing to do stuff beyond that, that's already a push of a lot of content and a lot of updates.
They did do one other worth mentioning. This is Jeremy. They have a new theme out, and it's Bootstrap 5 based. And I was looking at the way it's organized. It's got some innovative stuff going on. So I'm definitely going to take a look at. I don't know if it's something I would use because we have our own custom theme, but it looks like it has a lot of neat tricks going on that I need to learn.
All right. Good.
And
good point and good suggestion.
The awesome also.
It's called To Shine.
David points out, here's the update for the, oops. Oh, I'm not logged into Facebook. Well,
sorry for the really long links. That's the way they come from Facebook.
That's okay.
They've been posting one every day. There's one out there for To Shine. There's one for the Monaco editor. There's one for Too Sexy 13 hybrid with visual query enhancements, .NET Standard 2, and a bunch more goodies. And there was one posted, I think even today, with an update to their CTA app, version 3 of that. So we can expect another release like every day up until Christmas, I believe.
That's crazy. That's a push. That's quite a big push.
Oh, and Will just posted something in the chat too. Hotcakes 3.6 was released.
Hey, let's talk about that for a second. I didn't realize that. It's a good couple of weeks between times when I'm taking a look at the site, so I don't always see those notifications.
Well, I haven't had a chance yet, Ryan. I haven't had a chance to really do marketing for the release yet. So I'm behind on marketing right now. So actual updates about this that aren't to the customers who help sponsor it will be going out over the next week or so, including the blog post about the bountied blogs for November. So yeah, so we put out a bounty last month. Excellent. And I'm guessing some people here didn't know.
Will, have you got? Are you broke yet, or
am I broke? No, yeah. I wish. Oops. That was the intent. Like I was like, hey guys, blog so much that we're gonna get worried.
So
blog bounty, got it. Okay.
For those that don't know, Will, tell them what your bounty thing is.
Yeah. Sorry, one second. Come back on camera. Yeah, so last month, I think on the 1st of November, it might have been the 2nd or 3rd, we had announced in a blog post to anybody who posted a blog that was cross-posted from any other place, but was about DNN. Anytime during the month of November, if you posted a blog on the community website and it was cross-posted from any other place, we would pay or we would donate $25 per blog post to our Kiva Foundation, right, or the Kiva organization we have for the community.
Yeah.
And then if your blog was about DNN Summit, then that doubles to 50. But we only had 3 blog posts last month.
I think that sounds like a fun program to repeat. Yeah.
Maybe we will. It's not a bad idea since we haven't announced the final winners yet, because that's not a lot of money.
I love that it's tied into the Kiva micro lending process, because that's a fantastic thing that as a DNN community, we support and promote and talk about every once in a while, but still not everybody knows about it. So it's good to promote and remind people it's there. Thank you, Will. All right, I'll check in with Daniel for one more moment, and then we'll move on to next items in the community.
Deer in the headlights.
Again. Deer in the headlights. So just seeing if you have any other updates or things that you're working on. Call out.
Not really, no.
Didn't you publish a version of your template?
Yeah, my theme template and my module template got a couple of recent updates, nothing major. Let me get you the links. Big silence.
Oh, we did publish a new version of MB QuickSight as well. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, new version of MB QuickSight. Okay. New version of MB QuickSight. You've updated the graphics on the website, if nothing else.
A couple of years ago, yeah. Download now if you go to view on GitHub, view project on GitHub, and go to the releases.
I don't recall it being all black with this version of the logo. I felt like that was newer.
I didn't break it.
All right, that minimal skin version that you've been working on, Daniel, is the first thing that I brought up on screen. Do you want to talk about that for just a second?
It's a minimal skin that uses CSS variables for styling quickly. This came out of a project of a client that needed a team that's going to work on multiple sites, and they just changed the logo and the colors per site. So it's kind of a multi-purpose thing, and it's made to be very, very lightweight. There's no jQuery, there's no Bootstrap, there's no frameworks at all. And the build tools allow you to pick those things. So if you say no to everything, you get something very minimal. You could pick Bootstrap, you could pick Font Awesome. There's a couple of utility classes also for migrating from, let's say, Bootstrap 3 to 4. You know, if you have content that's tied into some classes where there's some pieces of JavaScript that can take the old classes, by JavaScript, replace them with the new ones, and warn you in the browser. So you know what content you need to handle. Same goes for some Font Awesome stuff in between versions. It's pretty nice but minimal. It's not a big flagship thing, and but it's a set of build tools. The concept is to be very minimal. There's been a couple recent updates with build and stuff. Nothing major, but yeah, there's a new release 2 weeks ago.
When I post this in the article, when I post this in the article for the site, I will reference, I think it was last year, we had you on to talk about and show how this worked. And so I'll pull up that SoFri and link it so that anyone who wants to understand how that process works when you're doing the build action and you can choose the different things. You went over that when we went through it. So I'll post that for anybody in the recap. All right, what do we got going on here with the DNN templates? This is something I don't quite remember.
It's a module template that fires up in Visual Studio, a little bit similar like Chris template. So it's a Visual Studio project template, which fires up a module that uses modern standard web components and the entity framework, Swagger to automatically generate your front-end client classes for your backend APIs automatically, which is super useful. It's all TypeScript, so you have proper typings generated for you in the front end, which really eases up the process of writing the JavaScript for those entities. And it also has built-in support for automatically documenting either human documentation or code comments. Generate that with unit tests and all kinds of cool stuff. It's been my baseline for most of the modules I build, so it's a pretty nice thing. And there will be a new update on this soonish, but there's been a little bug fix, build tools improvement, dependency updates, maybe about 2 weeks ago also on this one. More to come.
In the chat, David's comment was, if you use only one template, use this one.
If you're into the spa module world, yeah. And this is consumed by the module template. It's a set of web components that are reusable. They're UI components only, that are DNN specific in the sense that in future versions of DNN, we're going to start using more and more CSS variables. So if you consume these components in a module, in a theme, in content, they're going to get styled by DNN for the colors, the rounding, the opacity, stuff like this. So that's one new way to have consistent styles everywhere between modules and stuff. And there's been a new release, I guess 3 weeks ago or something. And one of the cool things I've added is that you now have a demo site. Can you scroll down, David, on the README? There's a link there, demo site. So it's hosted on GitHub, but you can see the components work in the browser, so you know what's what and what they can do. And if you open up the developer panel, the JavaScript will indicate, you know, when an event fires up or something. And one of the new components that got added in the last version on the bottom is upload controls and image cropping in the browser, which is pretty cool. You can upload a 5 meg image, crop it up, and you're gonna upload only the already cropped and resized image. So the big image doesn't even touch the server, which is pretty cool. And you can also, on mobile devices or browser, use your webcam to actually get that picture. Let's say it's a picture. That's pretty much
the gong. Excellent. Thank you, Daniel. We also have a couple of other people that joined us. Sebastian is here. Good to see you, Sebastian. Hope you're doing well. David and Clint, unless there's anything else that you have that we want to cover on just general DNN community info, then it would be time for us to move on to the element of the night and start up some DNN Jeopardy here. David, Clint, anything else you want to interject? All right, nothing from Clint, and good here from David. All right, excellent. We have 4 teams that are going to play Factile Jeopardy with us tonight. Daniel Vallada, Steve Krantzman, Clint Patterson, and then I believe in the end, Jeremy said that he was going to play. If you would, the link was posted in the chat window, but it is playfactile.com/join. That's if you want to join the active game that we're starting up right now. Oh, I apologize. That says 3 teams. Let me back out and get 4 teams in here. That's going to be a different number. So go hold on just a moment. Let me start that up again. We're doing 4 teams. We are doing buzzer mode. Here is the code. I apologize. You're going to have to go back out to playfactile.com/join and enter in that code 7218. That's for those of us who are online right now and are going to play live right now. If you do want to play this game again later on your own, we will post a link for it. But that is a direct link, so that then you can run the game and either just play through it in one-person mode or can gather together other people to play. So let's see, who do we have on? We've got 3 out of 4. We need 1 more coming in. Daniel, you good?
Hey, Ryan, can you share the link
again? It is playfactile.com/join. And I will put it in the chat one more time. Yeah. All right. There we go. We got 4 out of 4 teams coming in, so it is time for us to go ahead and play. If you want to take just a moment, we can rename our teams so that we go from being pineapple and orange, a banana, and watermelon to being specific names of people. So at the moment, from those of you, your screens, Daniel, what fruit are you that it auto-picked for you?
I'm bananas.
You are bananas. I've always thought you were a little fruity. All right.
Go bananas. Go bananas.
All right, Daniel. Steve, what fruit are you?
Watermelon.
You are the watermelon.
You'd say I'm the juiciest of them all.
All right. Jeremy, how about you? And to play the game, when we're going through it, all four of you will end up staying off of mute. That way we can hear you chime in with answers and things. But so, Jeremy, what are you?
This is Clint. I'm the pineapple.
Clint is the pineapple.
Which also happens
Oh,
to be his safe
I guess
word.
you could not hear me because I'm muted. So, but Jeremy's the orange.
Jeremy is the orange. All right. We are ready to go to play.
Orange,
We now
glad
have
you
Clint.
asked me.
Fantastically happy you put in a good pun there. All right, gentlemen, we are going to play a game of DNN Jeopardy, Christmas 2021 edition. The way that this works is we will go through in traditional Jeopardy rules. That means you can ask, which particular spot you want to have from the board. The one who controls the board gets to pick the next choices. Everyone has a buzzer, either on their phone or on their browser, that they are able to chime in. And if someone gets it wrong, you can go ahead and hit the buzzer again to quickly be selected as the next person to go in. Otherwise, we'll get it in order as buzzing. I believe that everyone knows the general rules. So I will, in general, look for something here. Random. And we've got an orange for Jeremy F. as the first person who's going to go. So Jeremy, you may pick a category and pick a quantity, and we will go from there.
I'm going to start off the fun with DNN upgrade missteps because I've done them all.
All right. What dollar amount?
Oh, just 100.
All right. This DNN version requires ASP.NET 3.5 before upgrade.
Hold on, I have to unmute.
So Daniel, I apologize. Daniel has buzzed in. So Daniel, what would you like to say there?
What is DNN 6? .0.0.
Jeremy. Jeremy, what would you like to venture for your answer?
What is DNN 6.2?
What is DNN 5.2?
God damn it, I knew it was a .2.
It's tricky because we were in older versions. Daniel nor Jeremy, you didn't get the answers correct there. And actually, I need to do that for Jeremy. Clint, I'm going to pass the board to you and let you move forward.
I'll take 5-letter words for 500, Alex.
500. New menu naming for the old managers has them as global blank and site blank. Clint.
Oh man. I was buzzed in before I knew it, so I have no idea.
Daniel is next.
Global assets and site assets.
What is asset? That
He did not phrase as a question.
You are.
He did not phrase that as a question. That is our first honorary mention that you did not phrase it as a question. We will look for all future answers to be phrased properly, Jeopardy style. as a question.
Shot.
Daniel, you did answer correctly outside of the format. So the board is yours and you may make a choice.
I speak a couple languages, so let's go with laughable languages for 500.
For 500.
Yep.
A patty of ground beef, fried or grilled and served on a bun. A menu not often seen on a desktop. Steve K.
What is a hamburger menu?
Absolutely. What is a hamburger? Steve, that gives you control of the board. Where would you like to go next?
Let's stick with laughable languages for 400.
For 400. A build tool, that should read, a build tool for automating tasks. Swallowing a large amount of liquid or a giant drink. Steve.
What is gulp?
What is gulp is correct. We even have our picture of the 7-Eleven big gulp there to celebrate the giantness that is a gulp. Steve, you continue with control of the board.
I will stick with laughable languages 300.
Absolutely. A tasty food description. A command line package management utility. Clint Patterson.
What is cake?
Excellent guess, but that is incorrect. Would anyone else like to hazard a guess? A tasty food description, a command line package management utility.
Oh, I know what it is. I said the wrong thing. Can I?
Steve K.
What is chocolatey?
Chocolatey.
No.
Oh!
Clint, I don't know what the general Jeopardy rules are on going twice again, but you have buzzed in again. What would you like to offer another option? A tasty food description.
I buzzed.
Perhaps used as an adjective to describe.
I was gonna go with chocolatey as well. So.
All right, Daniel Vladas, you're next.
Nugget
Nougat.
or nougat.
Very, very good suggestion, but not quite a. Perhaps if I was to phrase it, a tasty food sound. I'll be glad to throw the question out to the general audience. We've had Aaron show up as well. Hi, Aaron. Good to see you. Would you like to hazard a guess off the scoreboard? Otherwise, I'll continue forward.
I have no idea. Hello, though.
What?
What is it? Yum?
That's not a
Does
food.
anybody know what that is?
I was gonna say that, thinking I was wrong, but like I can only think of yum, but I don't know what that means. I just knew what yum would like. Food, yum, yum. That's it.
Yum. I believe if we look for control of the board, Steve, you still have the high score. I will pass it back to you and let you continue.
No. Let's go with holiday movies for 100.
Holiday movies for 100. This movie features a cotton-headed ninny muggins. A cotton-headed ninny muggins.
I love this one.
Wow. Jeremy.
I'll go with just a complete guess. Elf.
Elf is correct.
That was in a tone of a question.
Whoa.
That was in the tone of a question. Thank you for
What
keeping
is
it online.
Elf?
I'm a great judge.
Will. You are excellent. All right. Jeremy, that gives you control. Where do you want to head next?
I'll go with DNN upgrade missteps again as a misstep.
All right, for 200.
For 200, yes.
Fix this skin menu reference before upgrading to DNN 8. Oh no. Fix this DNN skin menu reference before upgrading to DNN 8. Clint.
What is soul part menu?
Absolutely correct. What is the soul part menu?
I broke my streak.
Excellent. You still have a negative score, but you have control of the board. Where would you like to head next?
Let's go with laughable languages for 200.
You still have a negative score, but you have the best negative score though.
A package manager for code, which allows secure use and sharing. Grandmas carry a bag of this when they crochet. Daniel.
What is
You're on mute, Daniel.
What is yarn?
What is yarn is the correct answer. Where would you like to head next, Daniel?
Let's finish off the laughable languages.
Yes, sir. An ordered information of players into which a rugby ball is thrown. A project management concept or framework for guiding the process. An ordered formation of players into which the rugby ball is thrown to restart a match. A project management concept or framework for guiding the process. Clint?
What is Scrum?
What is Scrum? That is correct. You move back into a higher class of that negative score, and it does give you control of the board, Clint. At this point, you are score-wise dead last. So let's see if you can have some positive answers here to help get you out of that hole.
Thanks. Appreciate the motivation. Let's go with community for 500.
Community for 500. This location houses tons of great open source projects for DNN. Steve.
What is GitHub?
GitHub is correct. GitHub is the answer we were primarily looking for. And the additional information there is to check out the DNN community organization on GitHub. And also, as a plug for the new versions of the apps that are out there on both iOS and Google Play, the NV Quick Pulse does give you a quick way on your phone when you're in transit or bored or stuck out somewhere away from your machine. You can bring up NV Quick Pulse and just get a view of what's new on GitHub related to the DNN community. Steve, where would you like to go now?
I'll stick with community for 400.
The #1 place to go for learning about DNN documentation. Clint.
DNN Docs.
DNN Docs is correct. What is dnndocs.com or docs.dnncommunity.org? That is the correct location.
Community for 300 or 200 or whichever one's next.
Community for 300. What is DNN community and dnncommunity.slack.com?
What is it? It's like
yeah, hold on. I believe this question is either set up wrong or I just answered it wrong.
Yeah, you kind of answered it in the question.
I believe that one is set up incorrectly, and there was a problem with that one. And what is the #1 largest help location for DNN community help? And that is the dnncommunity.slack.com. We'll go ahead and use this as a
credited with those points, since as if
I'll be glad to credit you with those points. The plug there is a good one because everyone who's been in that Slack workspace before knows that it was named DNN Open Help from Adderson when he created it. It was part of his Open Friday community initiative to have everyone helping out on a Friday and being there and available to help answer questions. But that Slack workspace has long since grown and grown and grown and grown. And David, I had not known, but David let me know today that he's renamed that, was able to, and it is now named as dnncommunity.slack.com. And it is the Slack workspace where everyone can go and answer questions and help each other out with some real-time answers. I was using it earlier today with Steve, and he was helping me out with some problem upgrades I've been doing. So it's a great place for community coordination and help with each other. Let's see if I can't give you some points there for that, Clint. That is 300, and I'll give you right there. That puts you into the positive. Since that one was a dud, Clint, I'll give you control of the board. Where do you want to head next?
Let's go with community for 200.
All right. This is the location for DNN Connect 2022 on June 30th through July 3rd. Jeremy.
Uh-oh, I might have this confused with Summit. Is it Las Vegas? What
That
is Las Vegas?
confused with Summit. Either way, it is no further incorrect because this we're asking about DNN Connect versus DNN Summit. So DNN Summit is in Las Vegas in 2022, but this is asking about DNN Connect. Daniel?
What is some city in France?
I will take some city in France. What is Milieu? France. Domaine Saint Esteve.
Millau.
Meow.
Millau.
Meow.
Mew. Excellent. Daniel, you you have the board.
Holiday movies. 300.
300. Picking it of the middle. Holiday movies. This childhood injury kept George Bailey out of World War II. This childhood injury kept George Bailey of It's a Wonderful Life out of World War II. Jeremy.
I'm probably remembering this wrong. What is skating and falling through the ice, and didn't he end up with ear damage?
There you go. I'll take it. He did. All of those things are correct. It was while skating, and he did fall through the ice, but it was, as you pointed out, injury to his ear.
Wow.
Jeremy, where would you like to head now?
How about 5-letter words for 400?
5-letter words for 400. DNN has granular permissions through this word. Oh, Steve.
What are roles?
What are roles is the correct answer. At this point, we're a little bit close to halfway through the game, and we are leading with Steve in first place at 1,500, Daniel at 500, Clint at 200, and Jeremy at 100. Steve, you have control of the board.
5-letter words for 300.
The clear blank button moved from tools to servers in the persona bar. Daniel.
What is cash?
What is cash is the correct answer. You have the board.
Community for 100.
Community for 100. This is the medium by which you can experience sessions for DNN Summit 2022 on February 9th and 10th. Daniel.
What is sessionize?
Well, let me look to one of my judges there. David, what do you feel about that? I'm gonna count that as incorrect. I'm getting a couple of head nods there. Jeremy.
What is hoppin'?
What is hop-in is the correct answer that we were looking for. We would have also accepted.
Oh, I was wrong. I meant hop in with 2 P's, just so you know. That's only 1 P.
I don't know which way it's spelled myself. I should look. Right there. No, it's just 1 P. Daniel, certainly Sessionize was used to keep track of all of the speakers and the sessions, but judges did decline that answer.
True.
All right, where are we heading next?
I'm gonna go holiday movies 500.
Holiday movies 500, Jeremy. What gift does Ralphie want so badly? Jeremy.
What is a BB gun?
I will take that, as well as a Daisy Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot range model air rifle. A BB gun
specificity
is
matter,
correct,
but okay.
and he still will shoot his eye out. Where would you like to head next?
Holiday movies for 400.
Sure. NYPD detective John McClane spends Christmas Eve in this city. Clint.
Man, I was gonna say Die Hard. Is it New York? What is New York? I don't know.
He may start
No,
out the
that's the
movie in
sequel.
New York, but he does not spend Christmas Eve in New York. He is heading to a different location. Steve.
Oh no, wait, the sequel is Washington, D.C.
What is I don't know?
Oh, I'll take what is I don't know. Jeremy.
What is Yippee-ki-yay, mother?
It's a good answer.
I can't believe I don't know.
Where are those? Where's that building that he's traveled to?
What
He
is Los
starts off
Angeles?
in New York. He gets on a plane. He flies to.
Somebody just said it.
I want to guess.
I said, what is Los Angeles as a guess, but I don't remember for sure.
You know, Jeremy, I'll give that to you. I think I've already deducted the points from you, but I'll give them to you as that was correct now. What is Los Angeles?
All right,
All
let's
right.
finish
I
off
tell you what.
holiday movies.
All right. 200 holiday movies. The movie title for Bill Murray's Bah Humbug version. Jeremy?
What is Scrooged?
Excellent. I was listening for the enunciation there of the ED on that word. The answer is, what is Scrooged? An excellent version of that movie and story. You have control of the board. You're almost at the middle of the scores. Let's see if we can't get you up to the top.
Well, let's crack the holiday trivia one at 100 because I'm not anymore.
After red and green, these are the two most popular Christmas colors. After red and green, these are the two most popular Christmas colors. Daniel?
What is blue and yellow?
Not a correct answer, but I appreciate you hazarding that guess. Jeremy?
What is white and yellow?
Also a nice hazard guess, but I will give it to the other two to make suggestions. You can find this in a holiday classic song. Steve,
What is silver and gold?
what is silver and gold?
Well, I have a blue Christmas.
Also an
Nice.
excellent suggestion. If you had sung that in a few notes, we would have given it. Steve, where would you like to go now?
5-letter words for 200.
200. A skin is now called a... Daniel.
What is a theme?
What is a theme? Your control of the board, Daniel?
Let's finish off the 5-letter words.
Here we go. Primary users are host or... Steve.
What are admins?
What are admin? That is correct. Only a few questions left. Where do you want to head to, Steve?
Let's go holiday trivia for 500.
For 500, starting at the top of that stack, this is the first day of winter. This is the first day of winter. Jeremy?
What is December 21st?
Excellent. The winter solstice is on December 21st. Some outliers say that it sometimes is December the 22nd, depending on leap years. So I would have given either December the 21st or the 22nd or winter solstice. Excellent. Jeremy, you're aboard.
Let's continue with holiday trivia at 400.
400. These three spirits visited Scrooge on Christmas Day. Steve.
What are the spirits of Christmas past, present, and future?
That is correct. The ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. What do you feel like?
Holiday trivia 300.
All right. This song contains the phrase fa la 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 la. Steve?
What are Deck the Halls?
What are Deck the Halls? Would you like to close out that category?
Yes. Holiday Trippy for 2.
All right. This number of turtle doves were sent in the song The 12 Days of Christmas. Jeremy?
What is 2?
What is 2 turtle doves is the correct answer. What is? Yes. Jeremy, where do you want to start? The top or the bottom of upgrade missteps?
Let's skip down to the bottom and do 500.
After upgrading to DNN 9.2, logging in can show you this error message. System argument out of range exception. Specified argument was out of the range of valid values. Parameter sliding expiration.
What is the question?
After upgrading to DNN 9.2, logging in can show you an error message. That is a fair point. What is the question on this? What is the reason? What is the fix for this, or what is the thing that was missed being updated before you upgraded this DNN instance? Daniel.
What is a big red error message? No, what is a web config misconfiguration for the sliding expiration?
I'll give you that. Very close on. Can you name what it's in relation to?
Authentication cookie.
It is. You know, that's a sufficient answer. I will take that completely. I can't tell if David's moving down or if his camera's moving. It's really disconcerting. But Daniel, I'll give that to you. It is part of authentication with forms, and it is due to the timeout value of forms. If that is a number that is higher than 100,000, it will give you errors. If it is somewhere less than 60,000, it has no problems at all. So in older instances, certainly I run across it often enough. Knocking that down to about 10,000, 20,000 helps address the issue, and you're in good shape. I will rewrite that as a proper question or answer in the next version we post. Daniel, that gives you control of the board with just 2 questions remaining. Where do you want to go?
Let's go for the big bucks there. 400.
All right. With this popular module, you must first upgrade to 8.12 and click Complete to Upgrade or Complete the Upgrade. So with this popular module, during DNN upgrades and module upgrades, you must first upgrade to version 8.12 and click a link which says Complete the Upgrade. Alessandra and I experienced this just the other day. Daniel.
Gonna guess what is too sexy.
That is correct. What is 2SXC? That was a guess. You didn't.
I should have participated this time.
During upgrade?
That was almost
And
with
here
like
I
an
was.
Italian accent.
I was going to go. What is Page Blaster?
Oh my God.
No.
Napsis.
I think that if you're using Page Blaster, the first step is uninstall Page Blaster. Though it was thoroughly fantastic when you were dealing with DNN4. Loved it.
What is
Right.
also?
All right. Daniel, that gives you the last question. Here we go. DNN 9.4 plus requires this version of ASP.NET or higher. Daniel.
What is 9.7.2?
I'm confused by your answer.
4.7.2. I'm sorry.
Jeremy.
I'm sorry.
Jeremy, go ahead, please.
4.7.2.
That is correct. 4.7.2. Think that Daniel choked in the pressure of the moment and said part of the DNN version number in there.
Yep.
At this point, we will move in to Final Jeopardy. Everyone who has a positive score can move into Final Jeopardy and wager up to the highest dollar amount that they have. We will begin getting into the question here in just a moment. But you, at least in this setup of this game, have to put in your wager before you see the question. So I'm waiting for everyone in their teams to mark out how much they're willing to wager out of their total values, and then we will display and go into our question. All right. Christmas themed, we'll finish with one last Christmas edition question. Name 3 alias names for Santa Claus. Santa Claus has a rich, long tradition with a lot of different names from different cultures and different uses within even the states here and in the mythology, media, and entertainment we see all around Santa Claus. So we're asking everyone to put in 3 alias names for Santa Claus, and then we'll see who has wagered. And we'll go ahead and begin, Clint, with you on the bottom of the board. Actually, I need everyone to put in their answers. So we don't have everyone in there. And as it has finished, you really need to go ahead and hit submit with what you have, because time is up.
Now, or we don't get Jeopardy music, or what?
It was playing Jeopardy music. I was talking during that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you, I only had 2, but I'll submit.
All right, we'll take what we got. And Jeremy, how about you?
He's Googling.
I think so.
I really think Aaron needs to win this. Just saying.
All right, Aaron. All right, Clint. Let's see what you've wagered here. You have wagered Old Saint Nick and Santa Claus.
What?
I got
wrong, but it's right.
No, I actually heard a history.
Yeah, Santa Claus. Yeah.
Yeah, it may not be spelled that way, but I heard somebody go over.
Cinter.
Yes.
All right. You know what? And you wagered 100. Now we were looking for 3 of those. So what we'll do at this point is we won't take away. You only completed 2, so judges here will decide that we won't take away or change your scores, so you will stay at 100. Let's move on to the next here. Jeremy, let's see what you wagered. You wagered 1,100, and you have Saint Grumpus.
No,
I screwed up. I meant Krampus, but I typed Grumpus.
but it's also not Santa. It's a different entity altogether.
I'm looking to judges. What do we think? What do we think?
No, you can't count. You can't count Grumpus.
Because
if I typed Krampus, I would have argued for it.
Even if it was Krampus.
All right. Daniel at 1,400. You're pulling up second. Let's see what you have for your answer. Pierre Noel, Saint Nicholas, and Santa Claus. I will accept that as all 3 correct answers for alternate or alias names for Santa Claus. That is excellent. You wagered 1,400, so I believe that you're going to double your earnings there. Finally, we'll finish with main leader here. Steve, what do we have? We have Kris Kringle, excellent. Saint Nick, ooh, Jolly Fat Elf or Jolly Fat Man. I would take that because it is in songs that way as well. I think that is excellently done. But Steve, you only wagered $200 out of your $2,000. I don't know if that was a mistake with your 200 there, but you did wager that $200. So what we find here is that we have plenty of names: Saint Nicholas, Kris Kringle, Father Christmas, Père Noël, Papa Noel. I'm not going to pronounce the German one, and Babo Natal as options that we had, suggestions for, and we saw several more good ones.
Noel in Portuguese.
Right. So at this point, Steve K is the winner. So that's 2,200. Think about I thought that maybe just pushing through just a little bit, Daniel was pulling into the lead. But at this point, we have Steve K as the main winner with your 2,200 score. Oh, I missed. Daniel didn't wager the whole 1,400. He only wagered 300. So that does leave us with Steve K in the win. And that shows you there that your wager at the end can make or break even more so than the answers given. So that was an excellent evening. Thank you everyone for playing DNN Jeopardy with us tonight. Thoroughly appreciate that, and always have fun whenever we're doing our DNN Jeopardy.
I want a list of the people who don't agree with Krampus.
Krampus.
I want a list.
I agree. I think Krampus is the opposite. He's like the Grinch. He's not.
Thank you.
He's not Santa.
It's
He's
a
the opposite
different
of it.
entity. He's
Mhm.
not the same person with a different. No,
Wrong brand.
no.
Well-
Calls for you.
What about Belsnickel?
Would have taken it. Would have taken it.
Yeah, he goes around scaring children.
We're gonna finish tonight. We're gonna finish tonight with a reading of "'Twas the Last So-Fi Before Christmas." This is something that we did last year. I don't know how many people saw or caught this when we read it. This was inspired by finding an old ASP.NET forums article that had a lot of the original and older DNN team and community crew putting up Christmas songs and their versions of Christmas songs with DNN lyrics and DNN phrasing. And it was thoroughly fun to look back through. I think we did that on last year's Christmas meeting during the heft of our first year inside of quarantine. But I'm sad to say that today that page doesn't exist any longer.
Oh,
I've tried the Wayback Machine. I've tried a couple of other ways to get a copy of what that used to be, and I don't have it. If anyone in the DNN community has tabs on a way to catch what that used to be and what was there before, it'd be fun to take those and put them back on the DNN community website or on the Fry website. But for now, we'll go into our dramatic reading of "'Twas the Last So-Fry Before Christmas." 'Twas the last So-Fi before Christmas. A rest for all of us. Not a developer was coding, not even prolific Daniel Valadas. Pull requests, installs, and triage were organized in GitHub with care in hopes that new updates soon would be there. DNN core team was still working on the DNN store, and David Poindexter was working on skinning some more. The developers were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of new file managers danced in their heads. With Mitchell in charge and flying in the blue, he had just settled down for a long code review. Written by moonlight, all that new rendered code gets us all excited into new release mode when what to our wondering eyes should appear but a promise of DNN 10 in the new year. The Southern Fried DNN User Group is here to give encouragement, and we all hope that 2022 is better by a good bit. Thinking of all the future, we exclaim, make DNN 10 out of sight. Happy Christmas to all, and to all, a good night. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here for the Southern Fried DNN User Group meeting here on December the 16th, 2021. We will see everyone again in January for what is always the third Thursday of the month. That will be Thursday, January 20th, 2020. And as part of our new schedule lineup, we are doing every other month as during the early daytime Eastern Standard and during the evening. So here we were tonight with an evening. That means January the 20th will be one that we have during the daytime so that more of our DNN community from across the pond can join us and it's not so terribly late for them.
And Ryan,
I will
speaking of
pass it
which-
to,
Yeah, speaking of which,
Yes, please.
Sebastian Lepole will be presenting on localization in January.
wonderful.
Nice recovery from his injury there, so he'll be back with us. And we are looking for someone else to fill the second slot there. So if you are interested and you have a topic, reach out to me and I'll be glad to get you on the schedule.
Fantastic. Well then, with that, I will say good night to everyone. We'll end this recorded part of the session and we'll say thank you very much and we'll see you online. Good night, everyone.
Wait, we're not gonna have a sing along?
We can do that after the recording is turned off.
yeah.
I'm
It's
tone deaf,
better.
so
It's better.